What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have some 7-star rank for Odin gameplay. And this guy is one of the most underrated champions in the entire game. And you probably will agree with me after watching this video. He takes so many champions. And we are starting with a serpent here. So what makes Odin able to take serpent? You know, obviously he's not going to take him in like 50 seconds or with like full HP. But the reason why he can actually do this fight is the true strike. Because the true strike ignores all resist up or all armor and everything. So as long as you have that, whenever serpent gets his own resist up, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, we're hitting super hard even when the resist up is there. And especially there's some pretty decent damage, as you can see. And we also have this perfect block chance buff, which right there, as you can see, we got a 0, which is really cool. And yeah, man, he's pretty solid for serpent. Like the fact that he can take him is impressive on its own. And I'm gonna show you this fight twice because we're gonna handle the death immunity in like 2 different ways. In this clip, we're gonna actually save the relic, and you'll see to stall out the death immunity. Now we bait that special 2. We can get a perfect block chance here, and we do not, unfortunately. But now we're just gonna go into a combo, into the relic, into the special 2, and that's gonna do it. So we're gonna take serpent with like 88% health. Yeah, I think it took him like 80 seconds or so. But I think the next fight is actually a little quicker. So yeah, 84 seconds. So now let's check out this same fight, and we're just gonna handle the death immunity differently. I think we're just gonna eliminate him with the special 2 immediately. We're not gonna save the relic in this one. It's like 2 different ways. So actually, you can, if you have Odin ranked up, or not ranked up, awakened, he can also steal that fury buff from serpent. As you can see, for the whole fight, we have 2 furies. That's why he hits pretty hard with the basics, especially when you see any crits, because he can steal that fury from the sig. So we're gonna go for the heavy here. There we go. And I think we're gonna go for the special 2. Maybe I go for another heavy here. Yeah, because I want to get the 6 energized. So we need 1 more. And then we're just gonna rush into the special 2, and look at this damage. Boom, 45,000. And then we're gonna go for more heavy attacks. You just constantly, you know, cycle those special 2s against serpent here, because he just gives you the openings for a heavy attack every time you just bait a special 1 basically. And we're just spamming those heavies, as you can see. And then I think we're gonna go for the special 2 here, and that's gonna take him to the death immunity. And boom, that was quick. But now we're just gonna handle this healing. We can't really, you know, stop it, unfortunately. But it doesn't really matter. We're gonna hit super hard with the basics. As you will see, we don't really need a special, because he just hits super hard with the basics when the true strike is up. And as you will see, 94% health finish. A little sketchy towards the end, but he did it in actually 77 seconds this time. So like, to me, when someone can take, you know, serpent and they're not really ideal, it's impressive. Now here's another really relevant defender that Odin is decent at, because you can also steal this guy's fury when you heavy him here, and we're gonna get double. And this fight we're gonna hit even harder, because it's not his, you know, he doesn't have crit resist like serpent does. And as you can see with that special 1, we take him to that first protection, because yeah, you hit like a truck, especially if you can steal that fury from like the defender. Really good. And then basically like 1 more combo is gonna take him to like 50. Or maybe like 1 more after that. Didn't take him. I don't know if he's got the best crit chance, Odin, but there we go, got that heavy attack off. We lost the true strike, unfortunately, but we don't really care too much about the burst because it's gonna get capped from the protection anyway. So yeah, just took him to 20%, and then just a few more combo hits and it's gonna take him down. So he's pretty quick for that Thanos, especially if you can get some nice crits. Boom. Relic into a combo, and that is deathless Thanos. We finished with like 100% health, full yellow bar too. We healed from that panic. And as you will see, 63 seconds for deathless Thanos is very solid. Like Longshot is like one of the best counters. He takes like 50 seconds or 45. So Odin, kind of goated. Now this is like probably the best fight for, you know, Odin, because you steal that fury, and then Medusa has, you know, very simple basic attacks and stuff like that. You counter the auto block, so this is like such a free fight for Odin. I just want to showcase it because he just hits like a dude. He's like a monster, man, when he gets that double fury. Like you can go for like, I don't know, yeah, 20,000 medium attack just being rank 4. It's crazy. And that true strike, nobody can, you know, prevent that when you have it. Like I'm gonna showcase like Sentinel, I'm gonna showcase Red Skull. he just annihilates anyone with like high armor. And that was a 36-second fight, probably the fastest one in this video. And then we have Yelena. So that's another really common defender. As you will see here, man, we've showcased Deathless Thanos, Serpent. We're gonna showcase even more relevant defenders that Odin can actually take, bro. So what we're gonna do here is we're not gonna do the trick because we do not want to take her to the elimination phase fast. We're just gonna go for special 2s, and the red damage is gonna do pretty much the whole work in this fight. So just gonna go for like the energize, so we can get a bunch of combat power rate, and then just spam those special 2s. And it's actually gonna be pretty quick as well. You will see. Take that crit block, unfortunately, but now we're gonna go for a heavy attack. Boom, bait the special 2, dex all of that, and then we're gonna go for our special 2, refresh the true strike, push it to another special 2, and as you will see, the first special 2 is gonna take her down to 32%, 89,000 damage, bro. Like, that's crazy. So we're gonna finish with like 94% health, or like 93, and then that special 2 is gonna do it. That's fairly quick, dude. That's fairly quick. If you're good at dexing the special 2, he does it really well. So that was a 63-second fight. He is actually doing really well. Now we got another interesting defender. Very, very common as well. This is Bullseye, bro. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go for 3 heavy attacks, and that's going to allow us to go for our special 1 before he throws a special 1. We're going to just hold our block. Hopefully he doesn't throw it. And what's going to happen here is we're not going to bait a single special. That's exactly what's going to happen. We're just going to go to our special 2 before he can even throw a special because of our energize. Because our 6 energize here, they just give us so much attack or so much power gain. And then, yeah, we're just not even going to bait a special 2. You can bait a special 2, like take a little bit more damage, maybe like 7 or 8%. But we don't need to. If you get decent AI for that Bullseye, you don't need to bait a special. So 87% health finish in just 38 seconds for Bullseye. Yeah. I think this is Onslaught. Yeah, another super common defender. Now, I'm gonna admit, he's not too great for him because you're metal and you can't really shrug off those newer shocks. So if they stack up like they do here, you can't really out-heal it that much. So you just gotta bait a lot of special 1s to like get the magnetism to heal from the willpower. But baiting a lot of special 1s from Onslaught just, you know, stalls the fight a little bit. But that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just gonna try to finish with a lot of HP and not care too much about the time. Is ideally when you use Odin, you want to be able to parry heavy the opponent consistently, so you can get, you know, your Odin's force ready and get those true strikes, stuff like that. Pause to stay close to the opponent. And in this fight, we don't really have this ability. We can't really heavy whenever we want to. Gonna go for that special 2 here. We don't have the true strike, unfortunately, but that does decent damage. Now we gotta bait the special 2. There we go. As you can see, we have decent HP, but it's gonna be on the slower side because we just don't have the ability to parry all the time here. We're gonna go for the special 1 here. It is not gonna kill. And then go for that intercept, and that is Onslaught. So not the greatest, but obviously you can fight him. It's not really a great idea, but he takes him. You know, a little bit slow though. So that was a 70-second fight. So moving on to more defenders, we have Havok. It's always nice to have a Havok counter because he's kind of sneaky sometimes. Like, you don't really see him in people's decks, but it's kind of nice having a counter for him. So you just start with the armor here. Nothing you can do with the charges. And he's also really good for him because the damage on the special 2, it's not energy, it's actually direct. Because Havok has a ton of energy resistance, he's not going to reduce that damage at all because this is just direct. So nobody has resistance to direct damage. So gonna go for the special 2. We don't hit super hard here with the crits because he has like that crit resist, but that special 2 is gonna hit super hard. 87,000, and then one more combo and Havok is dead in just 39 seconds. Moving on to arnim Zola. So again, not as good as like Jack or Carolina or Deathless Thanos because you don't have the free heavy attacks, you don't have the free parries. You have to be good at reparrying in this fight and hope that he doesn't throw non-contact attacks. So but the reason why he's good here is because that red damage on the special 2 is not capped against Zola. You know, your actual hits on the special are not gonna hit hard, but the red numbers are gonna be really good. And to be honest, man, Odin hits really hard with the basics anyway on his own, so he kind of works decently well if you're good at reparrying. We're gonna go for the special 2 here, and watch this special 2. He's gonna hit so hard. Look at that. He has 44% health. And this is going to take him down to 17. That was 96,000. And if you noticed, I actually dexed and then threw my special 2. Because when you dex, you have another buff. And that actually increases your attack a little bit. So it's really a really nice tip for Odin. And yeah, not the greatest counter for Zola, but he takes him. That's a decent heavy reach, 61 seconds. Not too bad. Now I think here we have Red Skull. I'm trying to like showcase a lot of those common defenders that he can take. And he can take a bunch, man. I was impressed by Odin when I was recording the video, because he does perform really well against those difficult defenders. Now this Red Skull, we're not going to be able to crit a lot, but you will see that once we get the True Strike up, he's not going to be able to auto block us, and we actually bypass all of his armor. So you're going to see really good numbers even without critting. As you can see, 7,000 with the mediums right there. Very solid. It's basically like the armor doesn't exist. And we can just go in with a combo here because the auto block fails. And then, yeah, we're just building up to the special 2. And it's going to almost take him down. And there we go, special 2. He has 50%, and that takes him down to 17. So I didn't dex there before, but it's fine. It's always really nice to dex before that, but forgot it this time. And then we'll go for another combo, and he threw it there, but I think I'm going to go in and kill him. Yeah, pretty solid for Red Skull. Not the best counter, but does work. Now moving on to Sentinel. Actually very good for Sentinel, because again, True Strike ignores all those type of resistances that Sentinel has. I'm still avoiding like doing the same attack or the same action in a row, just so we can maybe land a few crits and speed up the fight. But we don't really land a lot of crits, even with like 25 charges on them. But we hit pretty hard now. We're going to, because of the True Strike. There we go, medium, light, medium. Or heavy attack. Thought I was going to do a light. Light, medium. Relic. Light, medium, special 2, and watch this. Boom, dude. It takes him to the armor. Actually, I didn't want to take him to the armor, to the armor up phase, because he could have went passive there and just L3'd me. But he actually was a good guy, and he just didn't hold the specials. And then just one more combo. That's pretty much gonna do it for Sentinel. Gotta get this True Strike up though. And that's it. So yeah, probably like a 60-second fight again. Yes, 59. Pretty solid. He always is about like 60 seconds. Moving on to Photon, another very common defender, as you will see. And again, he is good for this because Photon has a ton of energy resistance, but the special 2 is direct. So you can actually, you know, not care about the special 2 not hitting hard, because it is going to hit super hard. But in this matchup, we also don't have, you know, the ability to heavy whenever we want and parry heavy and all that stuff. So we got to like bait a lot of heavies here, which might slow us down just a little bit. But now we're just gonna wait the pure light form. I still want to be close to her though, so that my True Strike is paused and the perfect block chance. And we did a good job there baiting the pure light form. And now we're gonna race to the special 2 before we lose our buffs. And I feel like that might even kill her, to be honest. Like she's dying pretty quick. Yeah, it's definitely gonna kill her. And that was honestly very impressive. There we go. 99% health in 49 seconds for a Photon, dude. That was sick. Moving on to one of my favorite matchups to use Odin for. Spider-Woman, bro. Like, she's so annoying. And you just get the True Strike up, no evades, nothing. And you can also steal the Fury that I just stole, and you hit like a truck after that, dude. Look at 43,000 heavy attack. She cannot evade, she can't do anything right now. The only thing that she can do that can mess me up is just throw this special 1 into her block, but we're not even gonna let her do that. And then look at this, one special 2, she's just gone, bro. Like, this is probably a faster fight than the Medusa one. I think Medusa was like 39. This was 31. That was very, very fast. One of the best counters for Spider-Woman. And now, to end off this video, I'm going to show you what he can do after the special 3. He's actually really, really good for long-form content. Because what you want to do is basically go for the special 1 when you have the 2 Odin Force charges, so you can get the True Strike and the block proficiency. And then once, if I skip through this a little bit, you go for the special 3. And once you go for the special 3, I think you double your buffs. Yeah, you double your buffs. And basically, the more buffs, the harder you hit, and also the special 2 is going to deal a lot more damage. So I'm going to show you how much it's going to do without critting, and then I'm going to show you how much it's going to do when critting as well. So check this out. We're going to go for the special 2 here. I think I'm going to get the dex buff as well. Or maybe not. No, we're not getting it. I think on the next one we're going to get it. And that hits for 562,000. I'm not boosted or anything, dude. He can actually do that on his own with just the special 1, special 3. He's actually very solid. And now look at this. 625. I think we had like 562 on the previous one. And for one more buff, for one dex, 625. And then another 60,000 for the actual special attack. So I'm gonna skip through this. I think we crit towards the end on one of our special 2s. Maybe it's like the next one. And I really like the relic for the Thor relic for him too. You get that aptitude. That's an extra buff. It's very, very solid. So I think this next special 2 is actually gonna crit. Oh wow, that was crazy. But yeah, we're gonna go for our special 2. He's super tanky, as you can see, because we got the double armors. And then one heavy attack. Then I'm gonna get the dex buff, and watch this. Boom! 145 and 625. So this was like about like 800,000 special 2, and you can get to it back so quick thanks to the 6 energize. And all you need to do is just keep doing that. As long as you go for one special 1 and a special 3, then you just spam special 2s. And he's literally very good for long form content because it's actually red damage. It's not capped. Like if you try to use like actual like big damage in like Necropolis, it's going to actually bypass it. So I think Odin is definitely one of the most underrated champions in the game. Maybe like top 5, top 3. He does a lot, as you can see. Bullseye, Yelena, Zola. Not good for Onslaught, but he takes him. Photon pretty well. And then the serpent that I showcased, deathless Thanos, Medusa. Like, he does take a lot of those annoying defenders. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about Odin. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.